We go through life in different ways, and at the same time, all the artists work in different ways, and we have different stories to tell. And my story is told through my work, and it's very biographic. And I start not knowing what I'm going to paint or what I'm going to do. It just follows through the process, and it becomes a dialogue between me and myself, a dialogue between all the colors and techniques. And it might sound a little bit pretentious, but everything that we do is it's not just about us, it's about all humanity as well, because everybody part is me, and when I'm telling my story, I'm talking about all other people who have been all my ancestors, but everybody I meet. My name is Azita Sassanian. I'm an artist living in Sweden, in south of Sweden. I come originally from Iran, and I've lived in Wasadar. I did my art education and then moved to Sweden, and now I'm working here. Both my father and my grandfather have been artists, so I started in a very early age. It was a curse and blessing that's followed me all my life. So I was very little, and I've kept working with art in its different forms all along. I am very curious about all kinds of art, and how people through art show who they are, what they believe in, what's important for them, and their thoughts and emotions through art. And it can be in painting, it can be in clay form, or in printmaking, even written words, poetry, so all kinds of art forms. I don't really remember it. I must have been very young, like other children. The boy started working with yeah, very strange forms and lines. But I remember my father working a lot, and he combined art with advertisement. So I was looked at his artworks all the time, and was in his company looking at illustrations, and I thought everything was so fascinating. And I felt very privileged to follow him to different galleries and meet his friends when they sat and talked about the art. And even here in Sweden, we collaborated in some art forms. And now I've kept working, and now he's not here anymore. But I think it's still a part of me, that part that he gave me as a present, this yeah, interest for art. And I think when I sit in front of a painting or work with my hands in a sculptural form, then the time and place vanishes, and is my best place in life. So I'm always grateful to him for this present. When you meet different people, you can hear yourself talking to that person, and then through this process of talking, so you come closer to your own thoughts. And it's the same with when you sit in front of a painting, and you're trying to understand the painting, and then the process continues, and you understand it more and more through putting out the colors and what they symbolize, and all the forms that must have a dialogue to each other through harmony and contrast. But at the same time, you're understanding yourself too, because when you work like I do without any thoughts in the beginning, you don't really know what's going to come out. And when you look at your painting and you try to understand it, then there's always a element of surprise as well. You keep thinking, is this really? I look at the word, and so I think I've learned a lot about myself through my art, and maybe it learns from me, and I learn from it. So it's give and take all the time. I work abstract, and abstract figurative it's called. So it's a play with forms and colors, but it's expressive. I don't know. I've heard that it's my own style, but I'm interested in many artists that I've been inspired of. So I've looked at many artists through art history, where I've studied art, and there are many artists that I've liked. Miro Kandinsky, Lautrec, I love. And all these artists have inspired me in different ways. I can't say which part of my art is inspired by which artist, but even my education in architecture and graphic arts and painting, my art is a combination of all art forms that I've studied and been interested of. I was never a very playful child. I was very serious. And I think I'm still that serious person, but I'm playful through my art. And this art is not always a very happy game, maybe. It's not a joyful game. Sometimes it's painful because you're talking about yourself. And obviously, life is full of everything. So it was good and bad, but you have to take it, accept it, and be grateful that you've had all the experiences, even the bad ones, because then there is more connection between you and other people, because we are all combination of good and bad, and the work is not complete if you're just playing it safe. So even I have my best moments in my atelier. I enjoy all aspects of life. I don't think that I'm just an artist. I take myself not that seriously, because I love to enjoy everything in life. Because I know in a couple of 100 years, or maybe 10 years, 20 years, no one is going to think about me. So why not enjoy my life? I explained about my art as I see it. I show my picture and say, I see this in it, because it's an afterthought for me as well. And there are many people who look at it and they say, oh, I see something else in it. And they start talking about it. I think, oh, so interesting. So it can be anything. You want it to be not everything, but you can have different ideas about what it can be. And it depends on which associations you have in life, and what you have been through. You take different things from life. Now that I'm older, my colors have become much brighter. And I don't know why it's happened, but I think because the older I get, I take life less seriously, look at life in an easier way. So they say the same thing as my paintings do, the sculptures, but they're in 3D form. And it's like they can't be as detailed as my paintings, because my paintings, they're usually very detailed and there is a lot of techniques in them. But it's, sculptures are like a detail of a sculpture, if you want. So and it's like you have taken it from the painting and then you've made it three-dimensional and simpler. And it's very tactile to work with sculptures, and so it's another feeling. So this is a painting called All My Faulty Self-Portraits, and it's because you have different sides in you, right? You are a warrior, or you can be a person that nobody understands at all, or you can be a vulnerable mother. And this person I don't really understand, so it's a part of me that I have to understand self after a while. So all these different elements, they symbolize what side of me they're talking about. And I'm sure that there are other sides as well that I haven't in this picture, but that's how I myself know myself. That's how I look at myself, that I'm a combination of different people. It's depending on in which situation I'm in, so I can be that person, or maybe a combination of a lot of them.